Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm gonna review the web browser on the Nokia N8 running Symbian 3. First thing you have to know about that review is that it was initially made in French and I'm just doing a voiceover. In this review I'm gonna compare the browser, I'm gonna review the browser and also compare it with the one on the Galaxy S. Why? Because I think it's a quite good browser, the one on the Galaxy S running Android, and I think that's what users should be expecting to see on smartphone those days. And actually this is not really the case with the Nokia N8, and you're gonna see that in a few minutes. Note that the Galaxy S was not running Android 2.2 at the time when I made the video. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna show you that there's nothing running on the mobile phone. So on the N8 there's nothing, no widgets, no. Same thing on the Galaxy S, nearly. So both phones are running at their maximum performance, at their best performance. So when you open the browser, the web browser on the Nokia N8, you're gonna end up on that page, which is the Bookmarks web page. But you can choose to display something else, like for instance google.com or any other thing. So basically you have two choices there. So in the settings you can set up the access points, things like this. It's really classic. You've got those menus that you can find on Symbian. In this one you can set up if you want to display everything in terms of content. For instance, if you want to display only text or only photos but no flash or flash. Concerning flash, you have to know that the Nokia N8 supports flashlight 4.0, which is really basic. I'm gonna go quickly in the settings to delete all the cache. I'm gonna do the same thing on the Galaxy S. It's a little bit faster on the N8, but you know, right there. Alright, so both phones are ready, so let's get to it. I'm gonna start with the Nokia N8. So this page is basically the bookmarks, which are displayed with the little icon of the website. In the bottom you can type an address and then you can Google. One thing that is quite annoying with Symbian is that when you want to write text, and even an URL like this, an address, web address, you have that whole pad that's taking the whole screen, and it's quite annoying. And when you start typing, you've got a few addresses that, you know, based on your historic. So again, this keypad takes the whole screen, which is you know, annoying, and it's the same thing in portrait and in landscape. But anyway, and I think that there will be an update. It's not that I think, there will be an update for Symbian 3, which basically changes this, and well, you'll see that. So let's search on Google, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the Galaxy S, and let me type Nokia. Here we go. So we are both connected to Wi-Fi, pretty decent connection. And the first thing you notice here is that on the Nokia phones, basically you don't have the same Google experience, which is totally normal. Well, not really normal, but on Android you've got a really good Google experience because Android is made by Google, and on Nokia phones you've got a pretty bad Google experience. And when I talk about Google, I'm not talking only about the search engine, I'm also talking about Gmail, etc. So well, that's something to take into account. So on the Nokia N8 you've got this really basic layout. It looks like you're in, I don't know, 1998, and I don't, you know, it's okay, it works fine, but it's not really great for the eye. And whereas on the Galaxy S you've got this with the tabs, with everything, you have the ads, but you don't care, and it's really smooth. If you have to compare the smoothness on those two phones, on Google.com, it's, you know, the Galaxy S is smoother, but the N8 is fine because, you know, the page is really light, and you've got the pinch to zoom, which is okay, I guess. On that web page it's fine, it's pretty smooth, and you can scroll through the page and zoom in, zoom out. And notice that when you zoom out, you've got that checkerboard effect that you can also find on the iPhone 4, which is kind of weird, but I don't really like that, but you know. Okay, let's get to the Galaxy S, and you know, it's no problem, very smooth. You, as I said, you know, you can't zoom in, zoom out, but it's fine. And you know, I really hope that Google will talk with Nokia, and Nokia will talk with Google to, you know, improve those things, because that's kind of annoying. Anyway, on the Galaxy S, on the top bar, you can access to the bookmarks, which we're gonna see that in a few seconds. So now let's go in this little menu that you can access touching right there. You can access the home page, add a bookmark, look for a keyword, this one, yeah, reload, access to the settings, go to the RSS feed. You can actually set up some RSS feed and send the URL to someone or quit the application, and that's basically it. And when you've got a few windows open, you can switch between windows. So let's go to that website. That's a French website called Test Mobile, which is a really light website, but there's quite a lot of images and stuff. And so let's see how they go. So I'm not really testing the speed here, I'm really testing something else. So when you go to a website on the Galaxy S, you're full screen, full page. From the beginning. On the Nokia N8 you are really zoomed in on the top left corner, which is kind of weird. I know, I mean, when you go to a website you want to see the full page at first, and so you have to zoom out and zoom out and zoom out. Okay, I'm zoomed out, and now you can compare those two. First thing I'm seeing here is that there's no ads on the Nokia N8, which is really, you know, which is not really a problem. But I mean, ads are running with sometimes Flash, sometimes JavaScript, Iframes and stuff like this. This is not really complex, but if the N8 can't really display those, I mean, there's a problem here. Other thing is that the layout is not the same on those two on those two devices, and I know that the right one is the one displayed on the Galaxy S. And you see the text on the N8 is like really to the left, and I don't really understand why it is like this, and it's quite annoying. And it's not only on that website, it's on, you'll see at the end of the video I'm reviewing another website. And the text is really not readable. I know the screen is a little bit smaller than the one on the Galaxy S, but look at this. When you're zoomed out, you can't really read the text, and I mean that's too bad. And you can't really blame the display here. It's really the web browser that's not doing a good job. So when you double tap, you zoom in, and the text layout isn't adapting to the screen. It means that basically, if you want to read one bit of text, you have to zoom a little, scroll through, and you know, it's really annoying too, because you want to double tap and then the text is adapting to the screen, and you can also look at it in landscape mode. So on the Galaxy S, double tap, the text is, you know, layout is changing, and you can read the whole thing really quickly. And that's the same thing on the iPhone, and I would have loved to see this on the Nokia N8. I don't know how the new browser is gonna be, but I hope it's gonna be like this. And wow, look at this, the scrolling, it's kinetic scrolling. And I know that website, I made it, it's really light. There's a few pictures, but there's no flash on it. And it's not smooth at all. It's really, really slow. And that's not a huge website in terms of, you know, size. And that's really too bad. And you're gonna see in that video, I'm gonna go to really heavier website. And the N8 is gonna go completely mad at me. So now I'm going to another page which has a little bit more pictures, which has a JavaScript display and a YouTube embedded video, which is kind of interesting. Let's see this. So first I zoom out. So you see the text is aligned to the left. I don't know why. And on the Nokia N8, it's displaying the flash video, which is interesting. You know, I told you the N8 supports flashlight 4.0. Well, the video is showing, but as you can see, the scrolling is really not good. It's not smooth at all, and it's too bad. Whereas on the Galaxy S, it's not loading flash, and it's fine. So I'm gonna try to play that video, and the first time it's always not working. I don't know why there's that bug, but anyway. So I'm gonna try later, and let's try that JavaScript thing. It's working fine, you know, it's a little bit to the right, I can't see the whole picture, but well. On the Galaxy S, it's like perfect. It's like it's on a computer, so that's cool. I'm trying to, yeah, close that. Okay, I'm gonna reload the page so I'm able to watch the video, and in the meantime I'm gonna load it on the Galaxy S. And when you tap on a video, embedded video in a page, in a web page, it's gonna open the YouTube video in the YouTube application, which is what you expect from a mobile phone to do, because it's really logical. You don't really want that heavy flash content to load on your little screen, on your little device. I mean, this is the best solution on the market right now. Click on it, tap on it, and you play it in the application, and you've got your progression bar at the bottom. It's really smooth. It's not the last version of it. When you're under Android 2.2, you've got the HQ button on the top bottom right corner. And let's try again on the Nokia N8. Okay, here we go. The content is loading, and the video should be playing, yeah, now. The video itself is smooth. You can't hear the music, the sound of the video, because I'm talking in the video, so that's not really interesting. But you can zoom in, zoom out. It's rather smooth, but you can't really open it in full screen. You can, but you can't open it in YouTube, or if you tap on that, I'm not sure. And you can open it in full screen, but it's not really made for it, you know. But it's working. You want to watch flash videos, you can. You want to go at some moment in the video, you can. That's not great, but that's working. So that's fine. And if you want to go back, you press back, and you have this little thing so you can see where to go. It's fine. It's working fine. So let me go to another website. So now I'm loading another website called blogn8.fr, which is a French website talking about the Nokia N8, and it's another of my website that I run. Basically, I chose this one not only because it's one of mine, but it's because it's really light. First thing, I know that there's really not a lot of pictures. And there's the little slideshow on the top left corner, which is interesting. And look at both slideshows and look at the animation on both screens. As you can see, on the N8 it's not smooth, and on the Galaxy S it's smooth, which I don't really understand because, you know, the phones have pretty similar specifications, hardware specifications, but you know. So basically the Galaxy S is handling JavaScript better than the N8. And so it's really smooth on the Galaxy S. And on the N8 the website just went down for a reason I don't understand. You know, I really don't know if I can blame the Nokia N8 on this one. I know the website was working, but it couldn't load for the second time. And you know, it's not loading at all. Oops, widescreen. What the deuce? I don't know. Well, let's go to another website, shall we? Okay, so here I'm loading a French website called L'Equipe, which is a website talking about sports, and it's a really heavy website, really heavy. There's loads and loads of pictures, there's flash content, it's really complex. And it's a real nightmare for mobile phones, and it's not really meant to be displayed on mobile screens. But I like to torture mobile phones. So this is how it looks on the Galaxy S and on the N8. I have to zoom out a little on the N8, but you know, it's nearly dying right there. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so you know, it's working nice. On the Galaxy S you don't have the flash content. You can see in the middle of the page you have this little flash logo. On the N8 you have the flash content that's loading, but you can't really use it and you can't really see this. And if you look at the text, it's really small and you can't read it when you're zoomed out. I guess that's why it's zoomed in the beginning. On the Galaxy S you don't have the flash, the text is a little bit more readable, but you can't really read it when you're zoomed out like this. It's not meant to be done anyway. And yeah, the kinetic scrolling on the N8 is a total disaster on this page. It's fine on the Galaxy S, it's a little less smooth than on the other website. And weird thing is that it's showing flash banners, which, you know, I know that on the Galaxy S, something I didn't say is that you can display flash content, but it's flashlight or something like this. Yeah, you have to activate it in the settings. So let's go to Engadget, a website that you must know, I guess, because it's not a French website this time. And Engadget is a quite heavy website. It's not as heavy as the website on which I was before, l'equipe.fr, but it's quite heavy. There's a lot of pictures, and so on the Galaxy S is displaying fine, no problem. Okay, so I'll just wait a little while the N8 is loading Engadget. Yeah, and there's something that's quite annoying is when the phone is loading something, you can't do anything. You can't touch the buttons, you can't scroll, you can't do nothing. And that's really annoying. Driving me crazy. Like hell. Oh yeah. So on the Galaxy S I can scroll while the web page is loading. You see on the bottom, on the top, sorry, the page is loading, and I can actually scroll, zoom in, zoom out, read my thing, and that's great. So I think now the N8 is done. Yeah, Let me zoom out a bit. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, the usual thing. It's not that smooth. The text is on the left. That's really weird. The text is really on the left on that one. You can double tap to read the text. And the thing, what I thought is that Nokia did this, the text on the left, you know, in really small columns, so that you just have to zoom in and read your content without having to make a system that's, you know, smart enough to resize the text and stuff. I don't know. I guess it's not that, but. And something else I wanted to show you is how the phone is handling iframes. And here we have some content which is in iframes. Those Twitter buttons are iframes. I know this because I've got some on my websites. And on the Galaxy S, it's displaying fine. On the Nokia N8, you don't have the setting to not display this little black border, just, you know, 1 pixel black border around it, and it's not really pretty. And if you have a website with a lot of them, well, it's gonna be not nice. And I'm zoomed in at maximum here on that text. Let me do the same thing on the Galaxy S to see that. Okay, so as you can see, you can zoom a lot more on the Galaxy S than on the N8. It's not really a thing to review. It's just, you know, it's good to know. Now I'm gonna go to one last website, which is youtube.com, but without using the YouTube application, because you don't have a YouTube application on the Nokia N8 and you have one on the Galaxy S. So let's see how YouTube is doing on those two phones. So first thing, I've got an error right there. But, you know, on the Galaxy S you have a mobile interface that's like perfect because it's Android and Google is really pushing things like that. On the N8, it's like the same thing as Google.com. It's not that great. The mobile version is not that great. So let's go to this. I'm gonna show you how it's displaying on the Galaxy S. But you know, it's the mobile version that you won't get on the N8. So let's go to the PC version, desktop version of youtube.com. And on the Galaxy S is displaying fine. On the N8 it's really buggy. We don't have the thumbnails. I don't know why. You've got that big black bar that you normally have when you look at your subscription, I guess. I'm not sure. And you have it in the middle of the screen right there. Pretty weird if you want to know. And yeah. So I'm gonna try to watch one video directly on the website like this. So this is Flash content, and well, actually on that one the N8 is gonna do a little bit better than the Galaxy S for one easy reason, is that the Galaxy S isn't made to display this. But when you look at this on the N8, it's not that great anyway. So let's just look at this. So the scrolling is really laggy because the Flash content is loading, and there's that playlist black bar at the bottom that's showing. Really annoying, but it's not made to be seen on a mobile phone. I'm gonna try to put it, yeah, on full screen, and here it is. You can watch your video in Flash, and it's the same quality as the one that we've seen before on an embedded video, because it's the same player, it's the Flash player. So let's do the same thing on the Galaxy S. It's gonna ask me for this because I've got a few browsers installed, as you can see. But I'm gonna open it with the basic stock browser. So it's actually it's showing, because you know there's that option I told you about before, which is called plugins, which activates flash plugins, flashlight plugins on Android 2.1, and you can also display it full screen. Well, you can try, and you know, as you can see, it's not really working. And I guess the N8 is a little bit better on this one in terms of flashlight interpretation, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, if you have a Galaxy S, use the YouTube application, use m.youtube.com. It's gonna be a lot better. So that's it, guys. This was my review of the browser on the Nokia N8 running Symbian 3, with a comparison with the one the Galaxy S running Android 2.1 in this video. I guess the video doesn't need any explanation. Yes, currently the browser on the Nokia N8 sucks very much, and this is one of the things that I really hate about the Nokia N8. I love the Nokia N8, but I hate its browser. That's something I have to tell you. And so I hope the update will be great, and I really hope, but I really prefer the one on the Galaxy S right now. Anyway, well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you got any question, just ask on the comments below. I will try to answer those questions. If you have any of those phones and you want to talk about them, if you want to say what, even if you want to tell us what you think about the phone, just do it. And if you like that video, just tell me. I will do